My husband emptied our daughters' $1 million college fund at 3:12 in the morning, then left a note on the kitchen island like he was returning a library book. Not a long note. Not an apology. Not even a real explanation. Just 9 words written on the back of an old electric bill. I needed a fresh start. Don't make this ugly. Don't make this ugly. That was what Adrian Cole wrote after stealing the future of our 2 daughters and disappearing with a woman young enough to believe his lies sounded like ambition. My name is Naomi Bennett. At that time, I was 42 years old, married for 17 years, and mother to 2 girls who still believed their father was the kind of man who would show up. Maya was 16. Quiet, careful, brilliant with numbers, already dreaming of studying biomedical engineering. Lena was 14. Loud, funny, stubborn, obsessed with animation, and always saying she would go to the best art school that accepted big imagination and imperfect handwriting. Their college fund had not appeared overnight. It was not family money. It was not inheritance. It was not a lottery win. It was 17 years of discipline. Every bonus, every consulting payment, every birthday gift from grandparents, every tax refund, every stock grant I refused to touch, every project I took when I was tired, every vacation I postponed, every designer bag I did not buy, every old car I drove longer than necessary, every extra payment I made because I wanted my daughters to stand at the door of adulthood with options. I wanted them to choose schools based on dreams, not fear. I wanted them to study without watching their mother calculate grocery prices in her head. I wanted them to know that whatever happened in marriage, family, work, or life, education would be a bridge no one could burn behind them. But that morning, when I opened the college account portal and saw the balance, my whole body went cold. Available balance, $317.42. $317.42. The account had held just over $1 million the week before. I stared at the screen, refreshed it, logged out, logged back in, checked the linked transactions. Wire transfer, wire transfer, wire transfer, liquidation, transfer, transfer, all authorized using Adrian's credentials, all routed through accounts connected to a company I had never heard of. New Horizon Ventures, LLC. New Horizon. Fresh start. My hand began to shake so badly, I knocked over my coffee. It spilled across the kitchen counter, dark and hot, spreading toward the note. I grabbed the note before it soaked. I don't know why. Maybe because some part of me already understood that evidence matters more than tears when betrayal has a bank record. Upstairs, my daughters were still asleep. Their school bags sat near the hallway bench. Maya's sneakers were lined up neatly. Lena were thrown sideways like they had lost a fight. The house was silent. Too silent. Adrian's closet was open. Half his clothes gone. His watch box empty. Passport missing. Laptop gone. The framed photo of us from our 10th anniversary still sat on his dresser. He had not taken memories. Only money. That told me more than I wanted to know. I called him. Straight to voicemail. I called again. Voicemail. I texted. Where are you? No reply. I texted. The girls' college fund is empty. No reply. Then at 6:44 a.m., a photo appeared on social media. Not from Adrian's page. From Cassandra Vale. She was a lifestyle coach, according to her bio. 31. Long hair. Perfect smile. Always posting captions about feminine freedom, luxury living, and choosing yourself. In the photo, she sat beside Adrian in what looked like an airport lounge. Her head leaned on his shoulder. His hand rested on her knee. 2 champagne glasses on the table. Her caption read, "New life, new love, new horizons. Some men finally choose peace. New horizons." I looked at the words until they blurred. Then the front stairs creaked. Maya walked into the kitchen wearing pajamas and one sock, hair in a messy bun, face sleepy. "Mom, why are you standing like that?" I turned too fast. She saw my face. Her own changed immediately. "Mom." Lena appeared behind her, rubbing her eyes. "What happened?" For 1 second, I wanted to lie. To say everything was fine. To protect them from the ugliness of their father's choices for just one more morning. But lies had already done enough in my house. I took a breath. "Your father is gone." Maya's face went blank. Lena frowned. "Gone where?" "I don't know yet." Maya saw the laptop screen. Then the note. She stepped closer. "What did he do?" I wanted to stop her, but she was already reading. Her hand flew to her mouth. Lena pushed beside her. "Wait, what does that mean? Fresh start, what does that mean?" Neither of them cried at first. That hurt worse. They stood in the kitchen, 2 girls in pajamas, watching childhood crack without making a sound. Then Lena whispered, "He took our college money." I closed my eyes. "Yes." Her face crumpled. Maya sat down slowly like her knees had forgotten their job. "But he can't," Maya said. "Right, that money was for school." "I know." "He can't just take it." "I know." "Mom." Her voice broke on that word. I moved to her and held her. Lena joined us, shaking with anger now. "I hate him," she said into my shoulder. I did not correct her. Not that morning. Some feelings need air before they can become anything softer. I held my daughters in the kitchen, while the note sat on the counter, and Cassandra's airport photo glowed on my phone like proof that cruelty had learned how to use filters. Then my phone rang. "Adrian." I answered immediately and put it on speaker. "Where are you?" I asked. His voice was calm. Too calm. "Naomi, don't panic." Maya lifted her head. Lena went still. I looked at both of them, then back at the phone. "Where is the money?" He sighed. That money was family money. Lena made a small sound. Maya's face hardened. I said, "It was our daughter's college fund. It was an investment account under both our names." "Answer the question." He paused. "I used it to secure a better future." I laughed once. It did not sound like me. "With Cassandra." Silence. Then, "This is exactly why I didn't want to talk before leaving. You stole from your children. Don't use emotional language." Emotional language. I gripped the edge of the counter. "Adrian, you emptied their account and ran to an airport with your mistress." He snapped. "Cassandra is not my mistress." Maya flinched. Lena whispered, "Oh my God." Adrian heard her. His voice changed slightly. "Are the girls there?" "Yes." "Naomi, why would you put this on speaker?" I stared at the phone. "You left a note on the counter after taking their money. Don't pretend I invited them into your betrayal." He exhaled sharply. "Maya, Lena, I love you. This is adult business. Your mother is making it sound worse than it is." Maya stood. Her voice was quiet. "Dad, did you take the money?" Silence. "Maya, sweetheart, did you take it?" He said nothing. That silence was the loudest confession he ever gave. Lena stepped closer to the phone. "I hope your fresh start gets canceled." Then she ran upstairs. Maya followed, but not before looking at me with eyes that were suddenly older than 16. "Mom," she said, "fix it." Not because she thought it was my fault. Because she knew I was the parent who stayed. I looked at the phone. Adrian said, Naomi, we need to handle this carefully. No, I said. You needed careful before the wires went through. Then I ended the call. I stood there for 1 full minute. Then I called Vivian Hart, my attorney. The woman who once told me, a good marriage can survive paperwork. A bad one needs your fear of paperwork to survive. She answered on the second ring. Naomi. He emptied the girls' college fund. The line went silent. Then Vivian said, how much? Just over 1 million. Where is he? Airport with Cassandra. Do you have records? Yes. Do you have the note? Yes. Do the girls know? Yes. Her voice softened for 1 second. I'm sorry. Then Steele returned. Scan everything. Do not touch accounts except to secure what remains. Do not threaten him by text. Do not post. Do not call Cassandra. Send me the transaction history, note, account documents, and any messages. I am filing emergency motions today. I looked toward the stairs, where my daughters had disappeared. Vivian. Yes. I want him stopped. He will be. Before I continue, tell me where you are watching from tonight. And if someone has ever stolen from your future and expected you to cry quietly while they called it a fresh start, stay with this story. Because sometimes the woman they abandon is not broken. Sometimes she is the one who knows exactly which account to freeze first. Adrian Cole was not always the man who ran off with his daughter's college fund. That is the painful part. If people were cruel from the beginning, leaving would be easy. But Adrian began as the man who held my hand during childbirth. The man who cried when Maya took her first steps. The man who danced with Lena in the kitchen while pancakes burned. The man who told me, our girls will never have to beg the world for a chance. I believed him. We met when I was 24, both working at a regional hospital network. I was in operations. He was in vendor management. He had charm, confidence, and a way of making plans sound already successful. I had discipline. He had dreams. For a while, that felt like balance. We married after 2 years. Maya came first. Then Lena. Money was tight in those early years, but we made plans like people building a bridge plank by plank. The college fund started with $50. That is what most people would never understand. They see 1 million and imagine greed. I remember 50. Maya was 6 months old when I opened the first account. I was still healing, still tired, still wearing old nursing bras, still counting every grocery trip. Adrian was holding Maya when I showed him the paperwork. College fund, he said, smiling. Yes. She can't even say mama yet. She will. He laughed and kissed Maya's forehead. Dr. Maya Cole. Or engineer, or artist, or whatever she wants. He looked at me then, serious. We'll do it, whatever it takes. For years, he meant it. At least, I think he did. We saved slowly. Every month. Sometimes small. Sometimes more. When Lena was born, we opened a second structure, then later combined planning under one education trust and investment account with allocations for both girls. I was careful. Maybe too careful. Adrian teased me. You and your spreadsheets. I smiled. Spreadsheets are how dreams become less fragile. He used to love that line. Later, he hated it. As my career grew, the fund grew faster. I left the hospital network and built Bennett Systems Advisory, helping healthcare companies fix supply chains and operations. I was good at it. Very good. My work brought in bonuses, contracts, equity, and eventually serious money. Adrian's career did not grow the same way. He tried consulting, then a medical device brokerage, then an investment partnership, then something called patient experience innovation, which sounded better than it paid. I supported him. Of course. I reviewed proposals, covered family expenses, when his income dropped, introduced him to contacts, encouraged him when deals failed, protected his pride in front of the girls, protected his pride in front of friends, protected his pride until my own back bent under it. He loved the college fund publicly. At family dinners, he bragged, "My daughters can go anywhere. Our girls won't have student debt." We started planning early. Way. That little word again. I did not mind sharing credit then. Marriage makes you generous with language. But behind the scenes, Adrian began to resent the account. Not at first. Only when it grew larger than his own business success. When the fund hit 200,000, he was proud. When it hit 500,000, he joked that the girls were richer than him. When it crossed 1 million, something changed. He looked at the statement too long. "That's a lot of money sitting there," he said. "It's invested." You know what I mean. I did. I just did not want to. He started suggesting temporary use, a bridge loan for his business, a short-term opportunity, a real estate deal, a chance to multiply it before the girls needed it. I said no. Every time. At first, gently. Then firmly. Then with legal language, after Vivian reviewed the account structure. Adrian hated that. "You brought a lawyer into our marriage." "No, I brought clarity into our finances." "Same thing with you." That sentence became common. "Same thing with you." Meaning I was too strict, too cautious, too serious, too unwilling to trust his ideas. But I had trusted his ideas before. With my savings, my time, my contacts, my emotional energy. The only thing I would not let him touch was the girls' future. That made me the villain in a story he began telling himself. Then Cassandra entered. Cassandra Vale was not rich, but she looked rich online. Lifestyle branding, luxury coaching, mindset retreats, high-ticket mentorship, photos in hotel lobbies, videos beside rented sports cars, captions about abundance. She met Adrian at a business growth conference. He came home different. Not immediately, but soon. He began using words like expansion, masculine legacy, wealth frequency, scarcity mindset. He said I operated from fear. I said I operated from bank statements. He did not laugh. Cassandra told him, apparently, that women like me mothered men into mediocrity. I learned that later through messages Vivian found. At the time, I only saw the symptoms. New clothes, late calls, password changes, secretive trips, a sudden interest in Miami, then Dubai, then a venture accelerator I could not verify. The girls noticed before I admitted it. Maya asked one night, "Why is Dad always texting at dinner?" Lena said, "He smiles at his phone like a villain." I told them he was busy. That is one of my deepest regrets. Not because children need adult details. They do not. But because they also do not need their instincts trained into silence. Adrian began picking fights about money. "You control everything." "I manage everything." "Exactly." "You are welcome to attend the financial planning meeting." "I'm not one of your employees." "No, employees read documents before signing them." That did not help. He accused me of disrespecting him. I accused him of wanting access without accountability. The marriage became a hallway full of closed doors. Then one night, he asked directly, "I need 300,000 from the college fund." "No." "You didn't even ask why." "Because the answer is no before the story starts." His face hardened. "I found a venture opportunity. It could double in 18 months. "No. You are limiting this family." "I am protecting our daughters." "You mean protecting money from me?" "Yes." That stopped him. I had not planned to say it so plainly, but it was true. He stared at me. You don't trust me. Not with this. His eyes changed that night. Something closed. Or maybe something opened, and I finally saw what had been behind it. After that, he became polite. Too polite. He stopped asking. He took the girls out for ice cream. Bought flowers. Said he wanted peace. Said maybe I was right. Said he needed time to reset. I thought maybe we had reached a turning point. We had. I just did not know which direction he was turning. 2 months later, he emptied the fund and left. Vivian moved fast. By 10:00 a.m., she had filed emergency notices with the bank, the brokerage, and the court. By noon, we had identified 3 destination accounts connected to New Horizon Ventures LLC, a shell company formed 6 weeks earlier. By 2:00 p.m., we knew Cassandra was listed as a managing member. By 4:00 p.m., Vivian had enough to request temporary freezing orders. Adrian, meanwhile, was still posting vague airport luxury on social media. Cassandra posted a video from what looked like a beachfront hotel balcony. Her caption read, "When a man chooses purpose over guilt, the universe opens doors." Grace saw it and nearly threw her phone. Grace was my CFO and best friend. She arrived at my house that afternoon with food, her laptop, and the kind of anger only safe people carry for you when your own anger is too heavy. She called theft purpose, Grace said. She doesn't know what she stepped into. She knows enough. I looked at my daughters sitting at the dining table, silent over untouched soup. Maya had printed the transaction records herself and highlighted the times. Lena had drawn a cartoon of Adrian as a raccoon carrying a money bag, then ripped it in half and cried. Grace softened when she saw them. "Girls," she said, sitting beside them, "your father made a terrible choice, but your future is not gone." Maya looked up. "How do you know?" Grace looked at me. "Because your mother is still here. That did something to all of us." Lena began crying again. I held her. Maya leaned into Grace. The house felt broken, but not empty. That mattered. The first court hearing happened within days. Adrian attended by video from Miami. He wore a white shirt, and the face of a man annoyed that consequences had interrupted his fresh start. His lawyer argued that the funds came from marital assets, that Adrian had investment authority, that no final divorce proceeding existed, and that the money was not stolen but repositioned. Repositioned. Vivian almost smiled. That was never a good sign for the other side. She presented the account documents, the education purpose, the history of contributions, Adrian's prior requests and my refusals, the shell company, Cassandra's role, the sudden transfers, the note, the social media posts. The judge listened carefully, then asked Adrian one question. "Mr. Cole, where is the money now?" Adrian's lawyer answered first. "We are still gathering." The judge cut him off. "I asked Mr. Cole." Adrian shifted on screen. "Your Honor, some funds have been committed to investment positions. How much remains liquid?" He hesitated. Vivian looked down at her notes like a woman waiting for a trap to close. Adrian said, "I don't have the exact number." The judge's face hardened. Within the week, temporary orders were issued freezing known accounts, restricting further transfers, requiring full accounting, and preventing Adrian and Cassandra from moving funds connected to the college account. But money moves quickly when dishonest people panic. Some had already been spent. Luxury hotel, private flights, consulting fees to Cassandra's company, a deposit on a villa rental, crypto purchases, a wire to an overseas entity, a payment labeled brand launch, with my daughter's future. Maya read that line in the accounting summary and went pale. He used my college money for branding. I hated that she saw it. But she insisted. I want to know, she said. So I let her know more than I might have otherwise. Not everything. Enough. Lena said, I hope his brand is shame. I said, Lena. She crossed her arms. What? It should be. I could not argue. The divorce filing came next. Then civil claims. Then pressure from the court. Then discovery. Discovery is where lies go to lose weight. Emails. Texts. Bank records. Voice notes. Draft business plans. Cassandra had told Adrian the college fund was sleeping money. She wrote, Your wife is keeping you trapped in provider guilt. Your daughters will benefit more from a wealthy father than from a stagnant school account. Stagnant. Maya, who wanted to study biomedical engineering, read that and said, She called my future stagnant. I took the paper from her hands. Your future is not what foolish people call it. She nodded, but tears fell anyway. Another message from Adrian to Cassandra said, Once the money is moved, Naomi will scream, but she'll settle down. She always chooses the girls over fighting. That one made me shake. Because he was right about one thing. I would choose the girls. He just misunderstood what that choice could become. I did not choose silence. I chose structure. I chose legal action. I chose public truth when needed. I chose to stop protecting his image as their father when his actions had already damaged his relationship with them. I did not poison the girls against him. I did not need to. He had left the bottle on the table himself. Still, I made sure they had therapy. Both of them. Maya tried to be strong. She started researching scholarships at midnight, making spreadsheets with backup schools and lower-cost options. That broke me. I found her at the kitchen table one night, laptop open, eyes red. What are you doing? Planning. For what? If we don't get it back. I sat beside her. Maya. I'm not being negative. I just need numbers. She sounded like me. That hurt. Because I knew what it meant when a girl starts using numbers to feel safe. I closed the laptop gently. You do not have to solve what your father broke. But what ifs? No, listen to me. Your job is to be 16, to study, to be angry, to be sad, to dream. My job is to fight for the money. She cried then. I don't want you to have to fight. I pulled her close. I know, but I know how. Lena handled pain differently. She became loud. She deleted every photo of Adrian from her phone. Refused to say his name. Called him the fund thief, until her therapist told her numbing emotions was better than numbing people. So she began saying, I feel betrayed. Then, I feel stupid for trusting him. Then, I feel scared he will come back and pretend nothing happened. That last one mattered. Because Adrian did try. After the first freezing order, he called the girls. Maya did not answer. Lena answered and put it on speaker without telling him. Baby, he said, I miss you. Lena looked at me. I nodded for her to speak if she wanted. She said, Did you miss me when you wired my college money to your girlfriend? He inhaled sharply. Lena, that is not fair. She laughed. A bitter little laugh from a 14-year-old who should have been talking about art projects, not financial betrayal. What part? I was trying to build something for all of us. No, you left us a note. Silence. Then Adrian said, Your mother is making this worse. Lena's face changed. She ended the call. Then blocked him. The court later required structured communication and therapy-supported contact. I followed the rules. I never stopped him from being a father legally, but I stopped helping him perform fatherhood emotionally. No more reminders. No more gift shopping on his behalf. No more telling the girls, "Your dad loves you, he's just stressed." No more translating selfishness into softness. If he wanted a relationship, he had to build it with truth. He was terrible at that for a while. Meanwhile, the money trail widened. New Horizon Ventures had planned to launch a luxury wellness and investment brand with Cassandra as public face and Adrian as strategic capital partner. Strategic capital. My daughter's college fund had become strategic capital. Vivian subpoenaed records. Cassandra hired her own attorney quickly. That told us she was less loyal than she looked online. Within weeks, Cassandra's lawyer began separating her from Adrian. She claimed Adrian told her the money was his personal investment capital. She claimed she did not know it was an education fund. Messages suggested otherwise. Not completely, but enough. Adrian had written, "Naomi will say it's for the girls, but legally I can access it." Cassandra replied, "Then access it before she locks you down again. Men must move decisively." Vivian read that aloud and said, "Wonderful, motivational fraud." The judge was not amused. Pressure increased. Some funds were recovered from frozen accounts. Some from canceled transactions. Some from Cassandra's company after settlement threats. Some from assets Adrian had purchased. But not all. Not immediately. The missing amount remained large. Too large. I had a choice. I could wait years for litigation to recover everything. Or I could restore the girls, fund myself, and continue fighting separately. I chose my daughters. I liquidated some of my own investment assets and restored the college fund to the full amount, plus additional growth cushion. When I told the girls, Maya cried for an hour. "Mom, you shouldn't have to do that." "I know." "Then why?" "Because your dreams should not sit in court waiting for your father to become honest." Lena asked, "Does he get away with it then?" "No," I said. "Restoring you is not releasing him." That became the strategy. The girls' future was restored immediately. Adrian's accountability continued separately. That shocked him. He thought once I replaced the money, I would calm down. He sent a message through counsel. "Since Naomi has restored the account, perhaps parties can reduce hostility and focus on family healing." Vivian laughed for almost 10 seconds, then replied, "Ms. Bennett's decision to protect her daughters does not erase Mr. Cole's unauthorized transfers, concealment, dissipation of assets, or related claims." Translation: Nice try. The case became public in our business circle when Adrian tried to raise money for a new venture, and investors discovered litigation tied to misappropriated family education funds. People started asking questions. He blamed me. Of course. He said I was bitter, controlling, vindictive, trying to ruin him because he found love. Then Cassandra left him. Not publicly at first. She deleted the airport photo, then the balcony video, then removed New Horizon from her bio, then posted, "Sometimes choosing yourself means walking away from chaos you did not create." Grace saw it and said, "The chaos was wearing her sunglasses last month." Adrian called me the day Cassandra left. I should not have answered, but I did. Maybe I wanted to hear what a man sounded like when his fresh start went stale. His voice was rough. "Naomi." "What?" "She left." I said nothing. "She took some of the money, too." My eyes closed. "Adrian, I think she used me." That sentence. After everything. After his daughters cried. After the court orders. After the emptied account. He called because Cassandra used him. I spoke slowly. "You used your children first." He went silent. Then whispered, "I messed up." "No, You messed up when you forgot Lena's recital. You messed up when you missed Maya's science fair. You committed betrayal when you drained their college fund. His breathing shook. I don't know how to fix this. You start by telling the truth. To who? To them, to the court, to yourself, pick any door. He cried then. I did not comfort him. That was new. For years, his tears had pulled me across rooms. This time, I stayed where I was. I'm sorry, he said. For what specifically? He struggled. For taking the money. And for leaving. And for Cassandra. And he exhaled. For making the girls feel like their future was less important than mine. That one landed. Finally. Yes, I said. Can I come home? I almost laughed. Not because it was funny. Because the old Adrian still thought home was a place he could return to when other doors closed. No. Naomi. No, you can become accountable from outside. The divorce finalized after a long fight. Adrian was ordered to repay significant funds, including amounts I had restored, plus penalties and obligations tied to asset dissipation. Some recovery came from his remaining accounts, some from structured payment, some from claims against New Horizon and Cassandra's company. He did not go to prison in this story. Life is not always that clean. But he lost reputation, access, marriage, trust, his daughter's easy love, and the illusion that charm could turn theft into ambition. That loss followed him longer than any headline. Maya graduated high school 2 years later. She got into a top engineering program. When the acceptance letter came, she stared at it silently, then said, "Can I really go?" I cried before she did. Yes. But the money is there. She sat down. I hate that I still worry. I know. She looked at me. I hate that one of my first thoughts was whether Dad ruined it. I sat beside her. He did not ruin this. He tried. Yes. But he didn't. No. She smiled through tears. Then I'm going. Lena made a poster that said, Maya ESCPS 2, Engineering Land. Maya laughed for the first time in weeks. A few years later, Lena got into an animation program with a scholarship. She called me screaming from her room. Not crying. Screaming. Good screaming. When she came downstairs, she said, I'm going to art school and no one stole it. I hugged her so tight she complained. The college fund did what it was built to do. Not because Adrian protected it. Because I did. But I did not stop there. The whole experience changed the work I wanted to do. I started the Daughters Future Fund, a legal and financial education initiative helping mothers protect education savings, custody-related assets, and family accounts from misuse. Vivian taught parents how to structure accounts safely. Grace taught financial monitoring and audit trails. Therapists helped families talk to children about betrayal without making them carry adult burdens. Maya, after her first year of college, helped design a youth-friendly guide called When Adults Break Money Promises *. Lena illustrated it. The first page showed a bridge with 2 girls walking across, while a woman repaired the boards behind them. I cried when I saw it. Lena rolled her eyes. Mom, it's supposed to be hopeful. It is. You're crying. I cry at hope now. She hugged me. The fund helped hundreds of families in the first 2 years. Women wrote to us saying they had changed account structures, removed unauthorized access, documented contributions, and had hard conversations before crisis came. One mother said, Your story made me check the paperwork. That sentence felt like justice. Adrian's relationship with the girls remained complicated. He attended court-approved therapy. At first, he performed regret. The girls saw through it. Maya asked him in one session, "Are you sorry you took it or sorry it didn't work?" He cried. She waited. Lena said, "Answer her." Eventually, he began telling the truth. Slowly. Painfully. Not perfectly. He admitted he had felt small beside my success. He admitted Cassandra made him feel chosen. He admitted he convinced himself the money would come back bigger before anyone truly needed it. Maya said, "That's what gamblers say." He had no answer. Lena said, "You didn't bet money, you bet us." That broke him. Good. Some things should. Years passed before the girls trusted him even a little. Even then, trust had rules. He did not attend financial meetings. He did not make promises he could not keep. He did not call their mother controlling in front of them. He paid what the court ordered. He apologized without asking for immediate forgiveness. That was the minimum. But sometimes minimum is where a dishonest person begins learning how much they destroyed. At Maya's college graduation, Adrian sat 3 rows behind me. Not beside me. Behind. Maya had arranged it that way. She graduated with honors. When her name was called, I stood and clapped until my hands hurt. Adrian stood too, crying. After the ceremony, Maya hugged me first. Then Lena. Then Grace. Then Vivian, who pretended she had allergies. Then Adrian. He held Maya carefully, like he knew he no longer had the right to squeeze without permission. "I'm proud of you," he said. Maya nodded. "Thank you." He whispered, "I'm sorry." "I know." That was all she gave him. And it was hers to give. Not mine. That same night, Maya gave me a small framed print. It showed the original college account deposit. $50. The first one. She had found the record in old files. Under it, she had written, "You built the bridge before we knew we needed one." I cried so hard my daughters laughed and cried with me. Lena said, "This family cries too much." Maya said, "You drew a bridge for a finance booklet." Lena shrugged. I contain artistic depth. They were okay. Not untouched. Not unhurt. But okay. That mattered more than anything. My husband ran off with our daughters, $1 million college fund. What I did shocked him. Not because I screamed. Not because I chased him to the airport. Not because I fought Cassandra online. Not because I turned my daughters into weapons. What shocked him was that I became calm fast. Documented everything. Froze accounts. Filed emergency motions. Restored the girl's future. Continued the case. Exposed the truth. Refused to rescue him when his fresh start collapsed. Built a fund to protect other daughters. And never again confused his panic with my responsibility. He thought I would choose the girls by staying quiet. He forgot that sometimes choosing your children means becoming the loudest paperwork in the room. If you are listening and you are saving for your child's future, hear me clearly. Love is not enough protection. Good intentions are not enough protection. Even marriage is not enough protection if access is careless. Know whose name is on the account. Know who can transfer. Know who gets alerts. Know what requires dual approval. Know how the account is titled. Know whether the money is legally protected for education or simply sitting in a joint account waiting for someone's bad idea. Talk to professionals. Ask questions. Do not let anyone shame you for wanting safeguards. A parent who truly wants the child protected will not be offended by protection. And if someone has already taken what was meant for your children, do not let shame freeze you. Move. Call the bank. Call the lawyer. Save the messages. Download the statements. Screenshot the posts. Do not warn the thief before you secure the evidence. Do not let betrayal make you sloppy. Cry, yes. Break down, yes. But when you can stand near documents. Your child's future deserves more than your silence. Today, Maya is an engineer. Lena is an animator. Grace is still my best friend and still calls Adrian the cautionary tale with shoes. Vivian still believes love should come with account alerts. Cassandra moved on to another brand, another life, another set of filtered captions. I stopped checking years ago. Adrian is older now. Quieter. Less shiny. He sees the girls sometimes. They love him in a careful way. That is their choice. He knows careful love is more than he once deserved. As for me, I still have the note. The one he left on the kitchen island. I needed a fresh start. Don't make this ugly. It sits in a folder in my office beside the first $50 deposit record and the legal order that froze the accounts. 3 pieces of paper. Beginning. Betrayal. Boundary. Whenever I speak to mothers, I show them the $50 deposit, not the $1 million statement. Because futures are not built only by large amounts. They are built by repeated protection. Small deposits. Hard nose. Clear records. Refusal to give up. My name is Naomi Bennett. My husband ran off with our daughter's college fund. He thought he had stolen their future. But he only revealed why I had been the one protecting it all along. And when he came back asking for understanding, I gave him something better. Accountability.